But I have to defend LeBron James here.
Damn. Breaking news.
A basketball coach at the D1 level had some slight criticism of LeBron James's son.
Right.
I don't have a problem with the dad of Bronny James saying, oh, he took a little shot at you in public. I got no problem with LeBron saying, oh, I'm going to take a little shot back at Doug Gottlieb.
Jason Whitlock defends LeBron James. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Doug Gottlieb, I think, took a shot at Bronny James I think he took a shot at Bronny James several months ago.
He did.
Where he explained, I think someone asked him if Bronny James could play at Wisconsin Green Bay, where Doug Gottlieb is the first-year head coach, while he also hosts a radio show. And so Doug Gottlieb tweeted out about Bronny, he would compete to start, but while I like how he moves the ball and defends, he wouldn't be my point, and my wings are bigger, and without seeing him with us, I think it would be hard for him to be a starter. I think, does TBH mean to be honest? I think that's what it means, TBH.
Yeah, to be honest.
Anyway, LeBron James has not forgotten that. And because Doug Gottlieb and Wisconsin Green Bay, I think they've won 2 games this season. They haven't won a game in 3 months. And someone tweeted out, or there was information, not the LeBron James tweet, the one before that. Someone, there we go. Doug Gottlieb and Green Bay have not won a basketball game in 3 months. The Phoenix are currently 2-24. LeBron reposted that and said, earn two, not given, exclamation point. Got to give him credit, though.
Yeah, Bron gonna be petty. At the end of the day, you talking about his kids, so if he has the opportunity to be petty with you, this was perfect for Bron. Doug Gottlieb team is struggling. They may not exist in the next few years. So again, LeBron seen the perfect opportunity to finally clap back at Doug Gottlieb.
Some real sarcasm here by LeBron James. You like it, you love it. You got a problem with LeBron James trolling Doug Gottlieb.
I'm with it.
Well, here's the issue, and I like Doug. Doug's a real basketball guy. I mean, LeBron can't say, well, you never played the game. Doug actually played at a pretty high level. I mean, he didn't make the NBA, but
Oklahoma
he still made
State,
it.
Yeah.
Right. He by percentage, Doug Gottlieb made it farther in basketball than 98% of the people that ever lace up a pair of Chuck Taylors. Okay, so he has some expertise.
Mm-hmm.
He gave an honest appraisal of a player. All right, so LeBron, obviously that's your son. You're going to have a certain feeling about that. Perfectly understood. But I don't think that makes Doug Gottlieb's appraisal dishonest. And so, LeBron, are you upset that it was said, or are you upset that your son may be nothing more than a rotational player on a 3-24 squad? And I think that's an indictment on the Lakers that young man is on the team.
Yeah, again, not to say that Doug was wrong about what he said about Bronny. Again, Bronny isn't the best basketball player right now. Even in the G League, he's playing good, but on the NBA floor, he's nowhere to be found. So this is all about, you talk about my kid, I'm going to clap back at you. That's all what it is with LeBron. I don't think it's nothing against Doug, but he had to do this. That's what LeBron James had to do. He took time to be petty, and it was warranted.
You've put me in an incredible spot. I got to defend LeBron James.
Got to, man.
Not that I'm going to be critical of Doug Gottlieb, someone I consider a friend, but I have to defend LeBron James here.
Damn. Breaking news.
A basketball coach at the D1 level had some slight criticism of LeBron James's son.
Right. Okay.
So, publicly. And so I don't have a problem with the dad of Bronny James saying, oh, he took a little shot at you in public. I got no problem with LeBron saying, oh, I'm going to take a little shot back at Doug Gottlieb. He thinks my son would struggle to play at Wisconsin Green Bay. How about the struggle you're having, Doug? I got no problem with what LeBron did here as a dad.
Yeah, and that's all it is. Him being a father, him having the opportunity to be critical of someone that was critical of his son, Bronny. So I ain't got no issues with it. I know Doug responded, wanted to know why LeBron James is tweeting at him. But, you got a voice in the industry and you're coaching a team that's not doing good. You had to know that LeBron was eventually going to say something. It may have took him about 8 to 9 months, but it is what it is. He clapped back.
Was Gottlieb asked that question and then just answered it, or did he just specifically blurt it out? Because I think there's a difference in terms of the context. Was he just looking to take a shot at the kid, Or did someone ask on Twitter, hey, Doug, what is your scouting report on Bronny? And can we be honest about it?
I don't think it
It's
matters.
not like Bronny that one season at USC was exactly Harold Miner or Dwayne Cooper. Didn't he average 2 points a game?
I don't think context matters. At the end of the day, he said what he said, and Doug was standing on business. So again, LeBron James, he gonna stand on business when the opportunity presented itself.
I think 3 or 4, maybe 5, maybe as many as 5.
So he's Lorenzo Orr.
Maybe as many as 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's be clear here. Doug Gottlieb has not given up his radio broadcasting job. He still hosts a show on Fox Sports Radio. He was doing it, coaching his team, hosting Fox Sports Radio. He didn't need someone to ask him a question about Bronny James. It's part of his job as a radio talk show host to comment on Bronny James. But if a dad wants to comment back and make a point about, hey, you could really use Bronny James, or perhaps your team's not as good as you thought, I have zero problem with LeBron clapping back months later, now that the results are in, and I'll go a step further, and I would say this to Doug personally, and maybe will or maybe have. I just don't think you can coach a college basketball team, a Division I college basketball team, and host a daily sports talk radio show. It's going to lead to things like this, little beef between serious basketball influencers, and I just think it's too much of a distraction. Being a coach of a rebuilding college basketball franchise, you ain't got no time for no side hustle.
Jason.
Yeah, that's the thing. Same with JJ Redick, his media company. He had to take a step back. He wasn't going to be able to interview players because of, things with the NBA, the agreements that they have. So you can't really have these conversations anymore. Even if JJ Redick wasn't talking to players directly, just having that media show, his weekly podcast, it has just been too much. So Doug's going to have to think about it. Do I just go all in on his team and focus, or do I want to still host a radio show? So by next season, if he's still there, he may have to take a step back from doing the Fox radio show and really lock in with his team. Team isn't playing good, has to do a lot of recruiting. He's going to have to get this team much better than they currently are now.
I completely agree. You had to choose one or the other. And there has to be a decision you make in terms of, are you all in or are you partially in? That I don't disagree. However, can we be honest about it? If you were to say, hey, Doug, what's up, coach? I have this great transfer guy. He's in the portal, and I believe he's going to help you. Really? What's his name? Well, I don't know his name, but he scored 3 points at USC. Well, suddenly now you become a 6-win team. I mean, Jason, let's be honest about it. Maybe he shouldn't have said it at all, but Doug Gottlieb's scouting report may have still been very, very accurate. Both can be true.
Could be.
There's no question, and I believe Doug's scouting report is accurate. I believe Doug values honesty and free speech over doing what's best and in his best interest. Sometimes he's just too transparent and too honest. I think if I'm the athletic director, if I'm Wisconsin Green Bay, I'm like, hey, man, we got a major rebuilding effort going on in this NIL era, and we've won 2 games this season.
Damn.
I think the votes are all in. We're paying you good money. You got to step away from the radio show and focus on this rebuilding job. I think Doug would be making a mistake if he doesn't do it, because this is a great shot. You can win games at Wisconsin Green Bay and elevate as a college basketball coach, and I know that's Doug's real passion.
Yeah, he got to really see what he wants to do. Do you want to be a full-time coach, or do you want to be a part-time coach? Not saying that he fully has to give up his aspirations to be a talk show host or whatever. You can do that in the off season, but doing it during the season, you're going to be fighting off everybody. All the people that disliked you over the years, now they can be petty because you won 2 games so far in this current season. So Doug, lock in, because it's not just going to be LeBron that takes shots. It's going to be everybody that takes shots.
Well, I have a question for the AD and the athletic department there. Why did you not put an ultimatum? If you're going to be our coach. You don't get to be a part-time, I don't say part-time. You don't get to coach and do a national radio show.
Yeah.
To me, they enabled this. Maybe we ought to really question those who allowed it.
Well, I think he talked them into it, and talk to, hey, let's do something unique. We don't have all the NIL money that everybody else has in Division I basketball. Let me be the public figure, talk show radio host that's a coach. Maybe that's our hook. Maybe we'll attract a kid that normally wouldn't come because the coach is unique, and I can shine a little spotlight on what we're doing here at Wisconsin Green Bay, and we can get into rooms and houses and in on recruits because I'm this talk show host. He made a pitch and a sell thinking it would work. I believe the results are in. It doesn't work. I'll be shocked if Wisconsin Green Bay doesn't require him to step away from being a talk show host.
Yeah, that could be true. Maybe let me be on the radio, let me promote, but it's not working. You got to do a lot more if you want to be a winning college team, especially in the NIL era where you got major talent on social media, and that team has to have multi-millions of dollars if they want to sign one of these key high school players. But going back to the LeBron being petty, no issues with it. And Doug, step your game up, or it's going to be a lot of petty shots being thrown your way.